What's up, guys? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about AMP. Now, AMP has had a bit of a rough time of it as of late. You know, they had the SEC sort of started going after them, or certainly at least highlighting them as a security. This seems to be commonplace at the moment. They've went after 69 coins in the past sort of couple of months. So AMP's in a weird position there, but it's heavily backed. And I actually want to go through AMP because while I'm not convinced it'll break its previous high, I still think this could do something pretty good in the next bull cycle. So we'll get to that in a second. If you are new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on this channel. And in those videos, I showed everyone that was buying these cryptos up because, you know, I thought they were going to have big profits. And you can see what the profits would have been from $100 into each from when I recorded the vids to the highs they hit 18 months on. So if you'd put in $100 into each, that's a $2,600 investment. If you just sold a year and a half on, your profit from that would have been 123 grand, which is pretty good. Now, I sold these and I've been buying up cryptos since the markets crashed. I'm doing that very regularly. Anytime I buy a crypto, I let the members on my site, copymycrypto.com, know about it. So I will tell them what coin I'm buying, what percentage of my money I'm putting into it, what gains I think this coin can have, and they can copy along. When I sell a coin, I also do the same thing. I tell them what coin I'm selling, what percentage of my holdings I'm selling, and again, they can copy along. I also tell them what I'm doing with my profits. Am I banking them? Am I reinvesting them? There is no work involved in Copy My Crypto. I do all the work. Members can copy along and they share and make the same profits I do. Now, if you were in the last bull cycle, have a look at what your profits were across, you know, the bull cycle from your investments. Go on to copymycrypto.com, compare how you got on against the members. Go have a look at the whole site. Everything on there, the videos, all of it's public record. So you can confirm everything you read on this channel's history, and you can compare how you got on against the members. If your numbers didn't stack up against the members, maybe copymycrypto.com is something you want to consider. Now, AMP. So AMP ran up all the way to about 12 cents in the last bull cycle. In fact, let's double check. It was 12.11 cents. Okay. So it's a fraction of that at the moment. Now, there is a lot that's been happening. So AMP is one of a number of different cryptos that have been highlighted by the SEC as a security. So the agency explained that these altcoins contain the hallmarks of the definition of a security. And that's because those issuing these coins have asserted that they are a valuable investment. Efforts are being made to increase their value, and each asset can be traded on the secondary market. Obviously, there's been tons of debate about, you know, how the SEC are defining securities, and quite clearly, you know, they're not fully aware of how the Howey test works. Part and parcel of the Howey test is the expectation of funds that have been raised making people a profit, but those funds have to be raised in America. As an example, you know, one of the coins that they've highlighted as a possible security is Cardano. They did all their fundraising in Japan. It doesn't make sense. What they're saying doesn't work. And the SEC continue to sort of, as Gary Gensler is trying to, you know, widen his authority within the financial markets. And that's all a security is a financial, you know, an asset within a financial market. But as always, you know, we're still circling the drains of the SEC's power dynamic, SEC's versus the commodities exchange, well, the CFTC. You know, their battle for what's a commodity, what's a security continues, and as a result, anyone in the crypto market's kind of suffering. So AMP has been highlighted as a possible security. That's something that is going to obviously have to be resolved in the future. Now, AMP, you know, as you can see, SEC security token is highlighted there. These are all the security tokens that the SEC have apparently identified. So AMP is an open source decentralized protocol that provides collateral as a service. So AMP is described as the new digital collateral token offering instant and verifiable assurances for any kind of value transfer. So using AMP, networks like Flexer can quickly and irreversibly secure transactions for a wide variety of assets. Now the project launched in 2020 and it aims to provide a fast, efficient and secure transaction platform. It claims to solve a number of network problems as well, including slow confirmation time, price volatility and broad adoption. They're also claiming to offer a straightforward but versatile interface for verifiable collateralization. Now, as of right now, AMP has a pretty significant supply. It's 42 billion. It's 42% of the total supply. It's worth noting that in terms of the actual circulating supply, I do think they're a little off on, CoinGecko saying 56 billion. That's probably more accurate. CoinGecko tend to be better at this. But we are set to see a greater AMP supply coming very, very soon, really. I mean, it should have, in theory, came around August of 2021. The supply schedule is meant to be fully complete by October 24. Now, granted, a ton of it is developer grants. So they're still, there's not been tons of developer grants issued as of yet. So those tokens are probably not currently in circulation, which is why the supply schedule doesn't quite match the actual current supply. Now, AMP is for a crypto that has a decent market cap. It's got a market cap of 85 mil. The AMP right now, their website is getting about 20,000 visits a month. Flexer, which is a network that uses AMP, they're getting used about 86,000 times a month. So across the two, sort of 106,000 times. There's currently 23.4 billion AMP of collateral pooled in Flexer capacity. This equates to $47.5 million. Now, what's worth noting is obviously, that's more than half. Well, according to CoinMarketCap, it's more than half the supply. According to CoinGecko, it's less than half, and I imagine CoinGecko is far, 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 far more accurate these days. Now, AMP can be used on flex capacity at the moment. That's how you can stake it. It's very, very simple. You connect your account, pick your transformer, and you just go and you stake away. The ecosystem that they've got is beginning to grow, but at the moment, it's integrated with a ton of different DeFi apps that are currently already there. There's a few DeFi dashboards that can now be used, like Dbank, Zapper, Zerion, and their data sources, DeFi Pulse, Coinbase, all of these, like the standard stuff. So when you're looking at ecosystem, we're not exactly enamored. Enamored's the wrong word. We don't have a ton of or a particularly huge ecosystem as of right now. In terms of apps and wallets, you've got apps with Flexer, and you've got some AMP supported wallets, but we're not seeing anything huge. But they have grants. So they have AMP token grants will be available for teams and developers that are looking to integrate AMP into their projects. And this will be presented via AMP community voting. So the AMP community, it works exactly the same way as you would expect, which are introduce the proposal, submit the proposal, and vote on the proposal. There has to be 5 billion AMP that are used in voting for a successful vote to go through. Now, approved collateral contracts, as of right now, Flexer capacity is the only one that's been approved. Now, it's kind of a weird one, guys, because AMP was hyped to the moon, and AMP is kind of an exciting project, man. I mean, it really is. It's, the use case for collateralization is huge. And AMP's parent company is actually Flexa, which is a blockchain-based payments company in New York. They specialize in fintech and build a future with more efficient, secure, and affordable real-world payments. And that Flexa was co-founded by Trevor Filter, Zachary Kilgore, and Tyler Spalding. All three guys have pretty good resumes. You can go through them. You know, Spalding was co-founder and CEO of Taste Bud Technologies and the former CTO of Raise. Dude's got a degree in bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and a master's degree in aerospace or aeronautical and astronautical engineering from University of Illinois. He also got an MBA from MIT. So, you know, got a damn good resume. Now, the whole premise of AMP is with this open source platform, they should be able to minimize the risks to smart contracts, particularly through asset collateralization. Through Flexa, a seller pays a commission for accepting payments in crypto. If there's a problem with the transfer, the network reimburses any cost to the merchant. If a merchant doesn't receive the required crypto assets, then the amount of AMP necessary to cover the losses is liquidated, while the state's AMP tokens act as collateral. So Flexa and AMP work in conjunction with each other, and to be fair, Flexa's been doing okay. Like I say, about 86,000 views or uses a month. And AMP, again, you know, it's a very, very hyped project. I still think this can do something, but they really do have to grow now. They really have to start utilizing the grants system effectively. If they do, then we'll actually see some pretty good stuff from AMP. But as of right now, you know, we really aren't seeing a ton of growth. If we go to vote, we might see if there's anything on the horizon. So AMP committee has been established through a community voter process in the AMP Discord. Over the last 2 weeks, community voted over 2,500. Due to a tie for the 7th slot, the final committee consists of 8 community members who received 100 votes each. Okay, so that's just a community thing. Continue the AMP reward distribution. Increase AMP subsidy to seed spending capacity. No. Offer a replacement for assets erroneously sent to token addresses. Establish an AMP community grant. So, you know, this was 2 years ago. I'm not actually seeing a ton of proposals here, are we? Not actually seeing a ton of proposals. So the amount of tokens that are there on the sidelines waiting to be distributed are pretty good. But until they're actually used, you know, AMP's not growing. I do think AMP can still grow. It's only been through one bull cycle and it ran up to, like I say, 12 cents. I'm looking at this going realistically, maybe 5 cents this hits, which is still 25x. Still put it at a market cap of about $2 billion. But they do have to grow. If they don't start actually growing, or Flexa doesn't grow, AMP isn't going to. But I do think there's gains here. I mean, AMP's buyable everywhere. You know, there's a reason it was on Coinbase fast, because Coinbase, I think, were early investors into it. It's also buyable on BitGet. BitGet is where I recommend, guys, because BitGet is a partner of mine. I partner with them because they're going to be one of the top 5 exchanges in the world. They have quality features like Assist to Earn, where you get assistance from your friends to earn $20. They've got earn features that are not like everywhere else. You know, the Shark Fin, Smart Trend, and Range Sniper are really different to what we're seeing in a lot of places. They also have their Launchpad and Launch Pool, which are outstanding. But the biggest thing is you get a welcome bonus of $1,000 if you perform the activities. And with the partner link in the description, that will allow you the discounts on trading, so you can just get cracking on it straight away. The more I look at AMP, the more I think 5 cents. I can't see it doing much more because at the moment they haven't used that grant money effectively. We haven't seen growth for them. 20,000 views to AMP's main website is pretty piss poor, but there's not a lot there. Other than if you're actually doing research, there's no other reason to really go onto AMP, unless you're a developer. And while Flex is being used, Flexor can actually be used for a few things. I mean, it's used for AMP. You can stake AMP through it. Flex is definitely getting a lot more a lot more uses per month, but that needs to grow as well. Like, there's got to be some really strategic marketing from AMP and Flexor if they're going to grow. Because of course it will grow in a bull cycle because so many coins do. But if that growth is going to be sustained, they need to add to this ecosystem. They need to bring some value to it with additional projects, with potentially DeFi protocols that can use the collateralization of AMP, but they're just not at the moment. So that's a real must. But if they do that, then they can grow. I still think 5 cents could be hit. It's a 25x from where it is now without doing much. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And guys, if you want to take the work out of your crypto investing, if you want to just switch off from it or make profits without having to dive into the markets, you can do. Copymycrypto.com is the site I run where I share with all the members the coins that I own. Anytime I buy a crypto, I let them know what crypto it is that I'm buying, why I'm buying it, and the percentage of my money I'm putting in. When I sell a crypto, I let them know what crypto I'm selling, what percentage I'm selling, and what I'm doing with my profits. If you go onto copymycrypto.com's website, you will see what the members earned in the last bull cycle. You see everything that I've said. There's videos there. There's lots of reading, and you can verify everything that you read. It's all on this YouTube channel's history, so you can confirm it all for yourselves. Now, have a look at how you got on in terms of profit in the last bull cycle. Compare against the members. Decide if this is something that you will benefit from. If your numbers aren't as good as the members, then this is something you want to consider. But until you go onto the site, there's no reason to actually think about it. So pause this video, get onto the site, and make a decision for yourself. And that's it from me. Take it easy. Bye-bye.